Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Well, it's a mixed bag of weather today. The temperatures are going to be good, but it's definitely not going to be a dry day. That said, largely dry for the morning commute. A couple of showers out there at 8 a.m., but I think most are going to get in a dry drive to work. However, look for the rain to be increasing in coverage as we go through the morning hours, and by the time we get to 11 a.m. lunchtime, we are talking about scattered showers in the areas. So still a few gaps, but now more seen rain than not. And I do expect the peak of the activity today to be during the afternoon hours. During the afternoon, I expect very few gaps. Lots of light to moderate rain coming down, but look at temperatures. We're talking about easily reaching the low 50s this afternoon, and I'm not going to rule out some mid 50s. It is possible that a couple of us could briefly top out around 54, 55 degrees. It's going to be a struggle because of all the rain, but some warm air moving in here, so it's a possibility. And that is way above normal for this time. But keep in mind the normal high temperatures this time of year, mid 30s, so 20 degrees above normal, not record highs, but way warmer than usual. Here we are, homebound commute, 5 o'clock, and it definitely looks wetter than the morning commute this morning. So it is quite likely that you will encounter some rain driving home from work. And I've got to mention this afternoon, though it's mostly just going to be showers. With temperatures in the low to mid 50s, it is possible a couple of thunderstorms could pop up, and there could be some heavy rain around this afternoon. I'm going to leave that as a possibility for the homebound commute. Now, not severe storms, and it's not a guarantee that a thunderstorm is going to move right over you, but I've got to mention the possibility. Don't be surprised if you hear some thunder this afternoon with temperatures this warm. Also look for winds to be increasing as we go through the day, and I expect the strongest winds late this afternoon, around 5 o'clock or so. I do think winds will be gusting around 30 miles per hour. So this brings us to evening plans, which I'm sure a lot of folks do have some evening plans with it being Valentine's Day. And good news from the rain situation. Now, I've definitely got to keep the rain chance in there, but we are going to be past the peak of the activity by the time we get to 8 o'clock. I really expect dramatic improvement past 5 o'clock, and by 8 o'clock, it looks like we'll have transitioned to just isolated showers. Still a chance, but not a guarantee that you're going to see rain. That said, anytime there's a chance of rain, I always recommend carrying the umbrella. So that is my recommendation, because there is going to continue to be a chance for isolated showers through the evening and early overnight hours. So carry an umbrella to be on the safe side. But I've got to say, you might get lucky and miss out on the rain. By the way, by 8 o'clock, we'll be past the peak of those wind gusts around 30 miles per hour, but it's still going to be breezy, gusts 20, 25 miles per hour. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Still breezy conditions around. But look at temperatures. 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, you see how there's still that possibility of rain also at 11 o'clock. And look at these 11 o'clock temperatures. We're talking about upper 40s, low 50s. So yes, a chance of rain, a bit on the breezy side, maybe not the best hair night. But we certainly will not complain about temperatures in the upper 40s, low 50s, even in the evening for this time of year. I think the last of the showers are going to come to an end by 3 a.m. And I got to say that Wednesday is looking like a dry day. But keep an eye on temperatures. So this is 3 a.m. tonight, and temperatures are in the mid to upper 40s. Now we're going to look at high temperatures tomorrow, and actually colder in tonight. So I think what's going to happen is that we're going to see temperatures cool down so that early tomorrow morning we're going to be in the low to mid 40s, and then I think we're just going to stay there all day long. We are not warming up tomorrow. We're not going to see temperatures drop. We're not going to be warming up. So we're going to start in the low to mid 40s, and it's going to be same temperatures in the afternoon tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies, dry day, but I got to call it very windy for tomorrow, especially late morning, early afternoon. I think we're going to be seeing wind gusts around 40 miles per hour. So you know what that means. Not going to be feeling this warm. What is it actually going to be feeling like tomorrow? Only the low to mid 30s. That's as warm as it's going to be feeling. Now we can't stop there, because we got to talk about our next chance for snow. And it looks like we've got a chance of snow for about 24 hours. from about 9 o'clock Wednesday evening until 9 o'clock Thursday evening. That's when snow showers are going to be over us. I do think the peak of the activity is going to be Thursday morning. That's when we're looking at a window of widespread snow over us. And it does look like during the morning hours on Thursday, there's the possibility of heavy snow to be coming down. So right now it looks like that morning commute on Thursday could definitely be impacted. Also got to talk about the temperatures and wind on Thursday because it's going to get even colder. I had mentioned that for tomorrow, we're going to be mainly just hanging out low to mid 40s. Well, on Thursday, we're mainly going to be hanging out in the upper 20s. We're going to start the day in the upper 20s, and we're just going to stay there in the afternoon. And it's still going to be windy. Maybe a little less windy than tomorrow, but I still expect wind gusts around 35 miles per hour. So upper 20s, but actually feeling like the upper teens with the wind. And of course, the most important question, how much snow? Unfortunately, the models are still messy, although not as messy as yesterday. But there are still models saying as little as 1 inch of snow in the Quad Cities and as much as 5 inches of snow in the Quad Cities. So because there are still models saying those are possibilities, I've got to mention that is still a possibility for us. But I will say those models are the outliers. Most of the models are falling in that 2 to 4 inch range. And if you're wondering about a trend in the snowfall, I think it's more likely that we would see one of those 4 inch snow totals north and west of the Quad Cities, and one of those 2 inch totals south and east of the Quad Cities. So right now, as it stands, the most likely snowfall amount in the Quad Cities themselves looks to be right around 3 inches. But it's not set in stone yet. I think what we need is for this rain to get over us first. Once we get through the rainy day today, I think the models will come into much better agreement. So look for an update on the snowfall tomorrow morning.